That mountain. I don't know.
How bad is he?
Worse than expected.
Go downstairs. Do not come up, no matter what you hear.
Nynaeve, you're back already, did you? You're alive. Gawain, Perrin, are they here?
I have watchers. I'll know when they arrive.
I know what you're doing here. I know what I said I do to men like me.
Don't be stupid. I'm not going to let you hurt him! Put that down.
This is hard.
Stay down.
You took this from Shadalagoth. Both of you!
Thank you.
For what?
I saw the darkness moving over you. You took on that evil.
I would do it for any of you. He's stronger than he has any right to be. You have to be careful. If he touches it again, he may be lost forever. Of course. Nynaeve. Builder, why didn't you find me as soon as you saw the darkness in Matt? Your pride would have killed your friend. I suggest you start using some.
Matt Cauthon had always been a gambler, not just in games of chance, but in his very life. Chance meetings, reckless dares, narrow escapes. All of it rolled into his identity long before destiny chose him as a player of the pattern. But in the vast dunes of the Aiel Waste and the Shadow Rising, that gambler became something far more than a luck-bound rogue. He became a living repository of history, strategy, and fate. It begins when Randor Thor, the Dragon Reborn, and his companions arrive at Rewatch, the legendary Aiel city hidden beyond shifting fog and ancient gates. Moraine, Avienda, Egwene, and Matt accompany him into the Forbidden City. They pass through realms of memory and revelations, ancient Aiel history, their lost pacifism, the origin of their exile. Each of the visitors faces their own test. Rand's brand appears on his arms, marking him Kara Khan. Egwene sees threads in the pattern. Avienda begins to accept her future as a wise one. And Matt, he faces a terangrial that would expose his past and future like a map. Matt enters that doorway reluctantly. He has tried to run from destiny, not ignoring it, but jesting past it. But once inside, the Eilfin's strange fox-like beings offer him a bargain. He wants answers. Fill the empty places in my memory. Let me be free of the Aes Sedai and the One Power. Get me back to Rewatch if you won't answer me. The Eilfin warn him that unspoken conditions apply. The gifts demand payment. But Matt, stubborn as ever, proceeds, unaware they will decide the price. The bargain changes everything. When Rand emerges from his trial, he finds Matt hanging upside down from a crosser-shaped Ashandari pole, suspended high among the branches of Avendasora, the Tree of Life. At first, Rand believes Matt dead, but he will not let him remain. With the One Power, Rand channels life back into his friend. Matt is revived, gasping, breaking the Eilfin spell, but changed forever. In exchange for procuring his way home, Matt has been gifted something horrific and something miraculous. He carries centuries of old warrior memories, generals, war councils, lost battles, ancient tongues. He has a sleek, deadly spear, Ashandari, stamped with sigils and burning with power. He wears a fox head medallion, protective magic that makes him immune to direct weaves of the One Power. And above all, he inherits a strange stubborn luck. Bets that should lose vanish into victory. Crises are avoided. Arrows misfire. Enemies slip. The pattern bends around him, making Matt more than fortune blessed. He becomes Tavrin, yes, but Tavrin of a singular kind, luck incarnate. When he wakes, dazed and stumbling, he knows he is not the boy who fled the two rivers. He feels the breath of history in his veins. He finds himself often speaking old tongue, giving orders as if he stood on battle lines before. He begins to see movement in crowds as a skilled commander, where to reinforce, where to flank, when to retreat. Immediately after Ruidin, Matt faces Couladin, Rand's half-brother and Aiel rebel chief. Couladin attacks, mocking Rand's birthright. But Matt stands beside Rand, spear in hand. In a sudden reversal of expectation, Matt charges. He is no longer the sidekick. He is the hero whole lound strong, fearless, but guided by something older than instinct. Couladin falls beneath a blade streaked in blood and uncertainty. From there, the transformation accelerates. Matt guides the group toward Tanchico to pursue news of the Horn of Valere, stolen by Padan Fain. Every step of the way, obstacles twist and break in his favor. He finds old friends. Loyal, Tom, even Elaine and Nynaeve reunion. But he is no longer carefree. His weight has doubled, though no one sees it at first. He sleeps less, dreams of strategy, whispers to himself in old tongue. His luck is dangerous. It makes others uncomfortable. Even Rand eyes him with trepidation. How long before the pattern demands its debt? When Matt finally reaches Falmy after crossing seas and coasts in deception, it is with that uncanny presence of heroes around him, the ghostly warriors summoned by the horn he will blow. When he raises the Horn of Valere and finally sounds it, ringing the air with a high haunted cry, the heroes answer. Hawkwing himself, shining in white armor, leads legions of dead into battle, turning the tide. Tower walls collapse. The Shanshan invasion falters. Chaos resolves into order, and in that moment, even as swords clash and light breaks, Matt stands at the eye of the storm, the pattern's agent revealed. In Fires of Heaven, which follows Shadow Rising, Matt's chapters grow even sharper. His bond with Tuang, daughter of the Nine Moons, takes shape. A marriage of destiny, more than desire, prophecy, and politics weaving together. Matt understands it is not love that binds them, but fate, and yet he finds honor in that. He commands armies. He outsmarts traitors. He leads the band of the Red Hand in skirmish after skirmish. Enemies who once towered over his youth now fall back when they learn his name. Through each confrontation with Shaido Aiel, Black Ajah, forsaken conspirators, Matt's luck covers him. His spear is swift, his mind cold, his companions faithful. The boy who once stole a dagger in Shadar Logoth now wields a spear born of celestial exchange and commands history itself. But Matt's story in these books is more than battlefield glory. It is about learning the cost of choices. The Eilfin bargain didn't come without price. Each flash of victory carries a weight. Every bet won echoes 1,000 forgotten regrets. Matt's laughter cracks sometimes when he realizes how close destiny sat to vengeance. He hides fear. He steals resolve. He smiles, yes. But behind that grin is a man forever entwined with the fate of nations and a pattern that may yet consume him. By the end of Fires of Heaven, when he orders the capture of Shanshan prisoners or negotiates with tough conquerors, it is clear Matt is extraordinary not because he wanted to be, but because the pattern wove him so. Others follow him. Warriors trust him. Even the dragon bows to his counsel, and yet he flinches every time someone calls him legend, because legends often die early. This transformation, from gambler to general, from rogue to rogue no longer, is rooted in that Ruidian bargain. A test of fate. A gamble that Matt placed long before he blew the horn. And when the wheel weaves again, he stands not at the edge but at its center, spear in hand, memory in mind, and uncanny luck guiding his way. In the crown of swords and path of daggers, Matt Cauthon's world shifts from battlefield legend to tangled web of politics, destiny, and unexpected love. His chance meeting with Cauthon, the daughter of the Nine Moons and heir to the Shanshan Empire, marks a turning point where his life is no longer just about luck and strategy, but about ruling, protection, and complicated loyalty. They meet not as allies, but adversaries. As Matt journeys toward deliverance after the battle at Falmer, rumor spreads of Tuan's arrival. Shanshan royalty, whose forces have devastated the western coast with Damane, channeling slaves. Matt is part amused and part wary when he pursues her, first out of curiosity, then necessity. Their dynamic is immediate, sharp, combative, unpredictable. Each encounter is a dance, insults thrown like daggers, suspicion written in every glance, and yet sparked with something more. Tuan is disciplined, regal, unyielding. She commands armies and expectations. Matt is irreverent, loose, a gambler with a soft spot and a spear in hand. She doesn't want a protector. She wants obedience. He doesn't want a title or a wife, yet the pattern weaves. Their marriage is prophesied, their union. An alliance of Dragon Reborn's companion and Empire heir is potent. Matt resists. He runs. Tuan chases. A king and his shadow find themselves bonded by destiny, even if both attempt to resist. They steal away from pursuers through desert ruin and war-torn corridors. In one moment, Matt plans to throw her off a cliff. In another, he finds himself offering water, wary respect, grudging protection. She counters with obedience tests, ancient tradition, and crystalline resolve. But with each confrontation, each forced alliance, the edge softens. She tests his loyalties. He tests his heart. Meanwhile, Matt continues his military ascent. The Band of the Red Hand grows under his leadership, becoming a respected force in the Shattered Lands. Prophecies whisper at his heels, hero marked by the pattern. He can no longer pretend to be a small man. He is trusted by generals, feared by foes, followed by men who believe his luck is magic. He negotiates treaties, builds codes, crafts strategy. He balances Shanshan customs with Two Rivers promise. All the while, Tuan remains both prize and partner. But love isn't simple in a time of war. Secret enemies conspire. Shaido Aiel still plot, forsaken murmur in shadows, Red Ajar agents scheme. Tuan disappears once, spirited away by rival claimants. And Matt finds himself tracking a hidden princess, armed with cunning and fate. When they reunite, in flame-lit tent, they exchange words that speak volumes. I saved you. You ran after me. Trust begins. Their marriage is finalized, not in ceremony, but in shared danger. When Matt guides Tuan through a city under siege, she follows quietly behind, even though she once defied him. When Tuan defends Matt to her council, declaring him her man, her honor, her protector, something shifts. Matt stands as husband, not retainer. Tuan as wife, not captive. Their dynamic reflects Matt's inner growth. He who once cheated at dice and ran from responsibility is now the man a conqueror's daughter will follow, the strategist sent to reclaim continents. He learns diplomacy. He navigates Shanshan protocol. He accepts slow acts of kindness over laughter. And when he helps rescue channelers, negotiate peace, or chastise traitors, his wit is tempered with weight, not absent, but refined. Friction persists. Tuan still claims dominance. Matt still pushes back. But they forge partnership. She the ruler who makes demands, he the rule breaker who makes plans. Two souls shaped by pattern prophecy bound to steer nations, or at least each other. Key battles shape this arc. In the deserts outside Shanshan, small skirmishes echo with Matt's command. The Red Hand resists endless raids. He builds lines of defense, manages refugees, maintains code among soldiers. He uses prophecy and memory, old war tactics, to survive modern chaos. Moments like the Shanchan ambush of Sharan's soldiers or negotiation with local warlords become scenes of leadership and loss when Matt's luck sometimes fails and strategy saves the day. Brief betrayals surface. His own lieutenant betrays him for gold. Tuan's advisors plot for independence. The pattern tests trust. Yet the bond endures because Tuan sees something in Matt. Others don't. Loyalty even if forced. Wit even in danger. Heart behind rogue chaos. By the end of Path of Daggers, Matt stands at Tuan's side in Imperial Court. They address her people, Shanchan and their allies. The man who began as absurd background comic relief now holds court as Imperial consort, strategist, and legend. He commands the Red Hand with honor and strength. The pattern has woven his path, not just from gambler to general, but from fugitive trickster to future kingmaker. And through it all, their love isn't romantic fairy tale. It's hard-won respect and stubborn companionship. It's loyalty shaped in conflict and defined by survival. It's two destinies colliding, shattering assumptions and forging something new on the wheel of time. Matt Cauthon had always resisted destiny. From the rolling hills of the Two Rivers to the war-torn cities of the East, he clung to his freedom like a gambler clutching loaded dice. But by the time we reach the events of Winter's Heart and Knife of Dreams, the dice have rolled. And this time, Matt doesn't walk away from fate. He walks into it, eyes open, heart reluctant, but step by step becoming the man the pattern needs him to be. After escaping from Ibudar with the kidnapped daughter of the Nine Moons, Matt finds himself on a slow and perilous journey through Alteran territory. His small band, consisting of Tom Merlin, Juilin Sandar, the ex-slave Aegianin, now calling herself Leilewin, and the Shuldam Bethamin and Seta, is constantly harassed by Shanchan patrols, white cloaks, and worse, the mysterious shadowy forces that seem to trail all Taverin. The group disguises Tuan's identity, though Matt knows exactly who she is, the future Empress of Shanchan. According to a prophecy spoken by the Aelfin, she is also fated to be his wife, but that doesn't mean Matt's on board with it, not yet. Tuan is unlike any woman Matt has met. Regal, cunning, deeply devoted to her Shanchan customs, and entirely unimpressed by Matt's charms, she is a walking paradox. Both his prisoner and the one holding power over him. Their interactions are a constant game of wit and pride. Tuan even names him Toy, a nickname that frustrates and fascinates Matt in equal measure. But as days turn to weeks, something shifts. The road is long and danger is constant. They escape assassins, hide from Shanchan death squads, and at one point Matt defends the group from a dark-hounded attack, a type of shadow spawn that should not be able to track them. The scent of shadow is growing thick around them, and Matt, for all his bravado, knows this isn't just about surviving the road anymore. It's about staying one step ahead of fate. Then there is the matter of the Foxhead Medallion. Still around Matt's neck, it continues to protect him from the One Power, even from Suldam and Damane attacks. Without it, Matt would have been captured or killed a dozen times over. This talisman, given to him earlier by Elaine, remains his most precious asset. Second only to his dice-laced luck. One of the most pivotal moments occurs when Matt, driven by a mixture of instinct and emotion, presents Tuan with a Shanchan-style marriage proposal. In Shanchan custom, it is a formal betrothal when the man speaks the 9 proclamations and offers 3 tokens. Tuan, ever the Empress-to-be, accepts it with reserved ceremony, but says nothing else. She does not confirm the marriage, not yet, but the bond is made. The pattern hums louder around them. In Knife of Dreams, the relationship deepens. Tuan finally accepts her role as Matt's wife, recognizing in him a strength that transcends his irreverence. She dubs him her Prince of Ravens, a consort both ceremonial and political. But even as affection blooms, Matt continues to bristle at the weight of it all. He didn't ask for a crown, or a title, or the hand of a ruler. He just wanted out. Too late now. This is the first half of a pivotal transformation. From rogue to royal, from escape artist to imperial partner. In the next part, Matt will face battlefields where luck is not enough, and where the weight of leadership, of prophecy, and of love must be borne together. As Matt Cauthon settles into the role of Tuan's protector, prince, and, perhaps against his will, consort, the journey ahead doesn't become any easier. In fact, it sharpens. The road from rogue to ruler is never smooth, and Matt, for all his wit and instincts, is stepping onto a path filled with treachery, prophecy, and war. By this point in the story, Matt's transformation is no longer just internal. The world begins to see it too. His ragtag company, which once followed out of necessity, now respects his leadership. His decisions, once guided solely by luck and survival, begin to reflect strategy, foresight, and sacrifice. The memories gifted to him by the Eilfin, ancient battle commanders and dead generals, no longer feel like burdens. They become tools. Matt starts orchestrating military actions with precision. His knowledge of terrain, tactics, and enemy psychology grows terrifyingly sharp. He knows where to strike, when to feint, and, most importantly, when to run. His instincts save lives time and again. The gambler who once ran from fights now picks his ground like a seasoned warlord. As Tuang's shadow prince, Matt must walk a careful line. Though the two begin to truly trust one another, love, or even tenderness, is hard-earned. Tuang remains a ruler born of conquest, order, and hierarchy. Her view of Damane, Suldam, and even prophecy reflects the brutal efficiency of Shonchan ideology. Matt, on the other hand, is freedom incarnate. He resists authority. He mocks tradition. Their bond is a constant test, but one they both come to respect. They face numerous threats along the way. One of the most significant occurs during the rescue of the captured daughter of the Nine Moons. Not Tuang herself, but other Shongshan nobles at risk of assassination or political manipulation by the Shadow's agents. Matt intervenes using both subterfuge and military cunning to save them, earning Tuang's inner circle's grudging approval. In another major encounter, Matt and Tuang are targeted by Golem, terrifying, nearly indestructible shadow spawn designed to kill Aes Sedai. The Foxhead Medallion remains Matt's only line of defense, burning like fire when touched by the creature. The battle leaves Matt wounded and shaken, but alive. He begins to understand he's no longer just running from prophecy. He's standing directly in its path. As the story moves into Knife of Dreams, Matt's responsibilities mount. He leads his people, and Tuang. Through rebel-held territory, harassed by Shadowspawn, rebel Shongshan factions, and spies. At one point, he is forced into negotiations with rebel high lords in Suldam, who refuse to recognize Tuang's authority. Matt, using a mixture of deception, military leverage, and charm, manages to secure a temporary peace, saving lives without drawing blood. It's diplomacy, Matt's style, risky, unorthodox, but effective. But the greatest test is still to come. Tuang is eventually called back to Ibuda to confront political chaos within the Shongshan leadership. Matt insists on accompanying her. By now, their bond is undeniable. They have fought together, bled together, and survived what most would not. Still, Tuang's decision is firm. She must return as the Empress, in truth. And to do that, she must leave behind her name, her ties, even him. It's one of the most painful partings in Matt's journey. He watches her walk away, not knowing if she will return. The rogue who once laughed in the face of danger now faces uncertainty with quiet, aching resolve. But Tuang does return. Not long after, Tuang reclaims her identity as Fortuna Atheum Devi Payendrag, Empress of the Shongshan. She names Matt her Prince of Ravens before the entire court, a moment that cements his place in imperial history. The gambler becomes a legend. The unwilling consort becomes a commander. Yet Matt's journey is far from over. The Shongshan Empire is fractured, and the last battle looms. Duty, prophecy, and fate converge, and Matt stands at the center. The pattern no longer pulls him like a thread. He becomes a needle, stitching together pieces of a world on the brink of collapse. He is no longer just the boy from Two Rivers. He is the Prince of Ravens. He is the lucky general. He is the man who defies fate, yet somehow fulfills it. And as the dice finally stop tumbling in his mind, Matt Cauthon knows the greatest gamble of all is still ahead.